What up, Panther Nation, Pantherologists? What is going on? Happy Wednesday. It's gonna be a short work week. I can't which is crazy to me to even think about. It's gonna be a crazy short work week because we had Labor Day on Monday. So starting early today. Starting early today. I felt like doing an early live stream today. I mean, not much earlier, right? Like 30 minutes earlier, right? Marcos Cash is in here already. Seems like he's the first person. So feel free to get in the comment section, guys. I love to hear y'all's comments. The more you comment, the more the live streams are fun. It makes it fun for me. Makes me fun to interact with you guys as well. Make sure you pound the like button. That goes a long way. Also, if you see, there might be some times where I might have to pause. I am dealing with a sick puppy right now. So he is, but he seems okay. He just wouldn't eat. He ate food last night, but for some reason he wants to constantly drink a lot of water. And then this morning he wouldn't eat at all. So it's been a fun and interesting morning with dealing with a sick pup. So I don't know what he got into. Don't know what it is. Hopefully it's nothing too crazy. I like, I've been trying to figure out what views I like better with this. That's kind of cool. But and then yeah, you only can do like 2 views with that with the only thing. So we'll just go with the regular view here. Anyways, so as you can see, we're going to be talking about a bunch of things. A bunch of stuff going on, headlines, news that's going on. We're going to I had a new segment to the show today as well to bring some positivity because I feel like, there's been a lot of negatives, a lot of negatives, a lot of negatives. So there's going to be some negatives in this show today, but there's going to be, some positives. Okay. But I brought a quote of the day today into our show. Let's see where my quote of the day is. There it is, and we'll go back to the other one. So, quote of the day: be thankful for what you have. You'll end up having more. If you concentrate on what you don't have, you never have enough. And that's by Oprah Winfrey. So we're starting off the day with just a beautiful quote to start off the day. Be thankful for what you have, and you'll end up having more. If you concentrate what you don't have, you never ever have enough. Great quote. All right. Love that. So I'm gonna start bringing a quote of the day every single time I go live now. I thought it'd be fun to add on some extra positivity, man. So that's why I'm bringing that to you. What's up, bro? Big fan from the Panthers. Greetings from Argentina. Wow. Argentina. That is crazy. Crazy. Argentina. What's the weather like over there right now? And what time is it over there right now? That's the question. And that's cool that you are a Panthers fan. That's awesome. I love it. I love it. The more we can get some these other countries involved with the NFL and the more that we can spread out the love, the better. So, guys, if you're just joining in and just tuning in, make sure you pound the like button. Feel free to get in the comment section. Love to hear y'all's thoughts and comments throughout the live stream. I will definitely be interacting with you folks. I love interacting with you. So feel free to get in the comments. All right. And the best thing you can do, it's free. It's one click away, guys. Pound the like button. The more you like, the more the algorithm gets out there, the more we can grow this channel, the more I want to grow this community. Because my goal is to have one of the biggest communities in not just NFL, but in Carolina Panthers. So I want to grow this community. All right. And so then Max Sanchez says it's 12:30, really cold for the moment. We're getting close to spring. Okay. Interesting. All right. It's 88 degrees here where I'm at. And it's going to be another hot one today. So when I go for my run later, definitely going to be sweating like crazy. All right. So let's get right into it. So the headlines. All right. So we got some headline news here. Just some stuff I want to go over real quick. Chandler Zavala excision. So the Panthers dropped their depth chart already. And a lot of names have, caught my eye, which I kind of want to compare my projected depth chart to the one that they posted, which we might do. But Chandler Zavala, rookie offensive lineman, missing most of camp due to an injury, then has earned to take that starting spot at the right guard after coming back from that injury and playing. In what? I guess he only played in 2 games or 1 game. But but it's a big stage for him. All right. He's going to be facing off Grady Jarrett. I don't know if Grady Jarrett's completely out yet. I think he's questionable right now for the game. I need to double check on his injury report. And obviously that could change. If he is questionable right now, that could change once game day comes around, right? But here's the thing. If he does go up against Grady Jarrett, will he hold his own? Or will this veteran exploit his nerves? So the battle in the trenches is just kind of gotten a lot more exciting, a lot more interesting there for me. On the Matt Corral saga, the Panthers have had to make a tough call at quarterback. Matt Corral found himself on the wrong side of it, I think, and with Bryce Young, Andy Dalton leading the charge, Corral became the odd man out. But there is a silver lining here for him. He's now part of the New England Patriots, Panthers. I believe that, Corral still has potential in the right system and his positive attitude through it all, right? So it's a good fresh start for him, and I wish him nothing but the best. But the offensive line question mark, okay, this is something I really wanted to discuss here, is that Bryce Young's taking over these reins under center, right? He's a rookie quarterback. The offensive line performance becomes crucial. And I've said it before and I say it again. Bryce Young can be elite. The thing is how far is our offensive line willing to take him to that elite status, right? So the preseason has raised some questions about our offensive line, especially with the absence of Austin Corbett. So, Chandler Zavala has stepped in at that right guard position. He looks pretty solid, right? Then you got left tackle Icky, who's also kind of been raising some eyebrows, hit off because he was off to a slow start. And I want to point out that a stable offensive line, obviously, again, is vital for your young quarterback, right? The first round pick. Okay. And the Panthers can't afford to see Bryce Young running for his life. So the thing is, can our offensive line step up and protect our new franchise quarterback? Okay. So there's a lot of action, drama, excitement going on with the Panthers, right? Because the season's right here. It's been a roller coaster ride of emotions, right? So we'll see. Can we set the stage and get a win week 1? We will talk about that more later on throughout the week. Definitely we'll be doing a preview and prediction video live stream on Friday. Tomorrow I'm not going to be doing, I might do some Panthers content, but tomorrow is going to be NFL content. We are going to break down every single game besides the Panthers. We're going to break down every single game of week 1. We're going to do a Bet US bet. So we're going to get into the Bet US tomorrow. I will do a live stream of me doing a 15-leg parlay that's never going to hit because Bet US is sponsored by today's live stream. So we will do picks and I'll break down each and every one of my picks. So we're going to do a live stream of that tomorrow for NFL week 1 picks and predictions. And we'll do a 15-leg parlay. Okay. And we're going to do that with the sponsorship of betusa.com. If you want to get in on the action, make sure you sign up for free today. They match up to 125% on your first bet. But guys, do it responsibly. Don't be a knucklehead. All right. Don't be a knucklehead. Don't do what I'm going to do and do a 15-leg parlay, even though it's going to be a very, very small bet. I'm going to put maybe 20, 25 bucks at most. It's not going to be anything crazy. Okay. All right. Let's get into the chat. Shane's in the chat. 13 people are watching, 11 likes. Make sure you pound the like button as you're coming in, guys. And if you're leaving on your way out, make sure you do the same. Okay. Realistically, the offensive line and wide receiver separations will be ugly often, unfortunately. Yes, it will be, unless our wide receiver room is fully healthy and ready to go. I think there could be a bright side to that especially if DJ Chark is ready to go. The only bright side is that Bryce is used to be to that compared to for comparted for to the only I see what you're saying there, Shane. Sorry. I was tripping on my words there. Yeah, I mean, he's used to the bright stages, right? When you play for the University of Alabama, uh, he's used to the bright stages. And so, yeah, you know, I totally agree. All right, let's move on to the next slide. If you missed the quote of the day, I'll go over it one more time. I meant to put that first in my slides, but it's okay. Anyways, quote of the day, just we'll reiterate it real quick. Be thankful for what you have. You'll end up having more if you concentrate on what you don't have. You never, ever have enough. It's by Oprah Winfrey. That might be one of the smartest things she's ever said. Okay, let's move on. Will the Panthers pass rush prodigy skip the season opener? Okay. Now, here's the thing. This is the last time I'm talking about Brian Burns until the signing or until they announce that he's playing. Okay. This is the last I'm talking about it. Okay. I'm leaving it after this. I'm not talking any more about it. I'm done talking about this once this last rant is over with. I want you all to know that. Okay. This whole conundrum has been keeping me on my edge of my seat. Okay. And Brian Burns is being no-show in the team's season opener against the Atlanta Falcons in week 1. Is that going to happen? Because right now the clock is ticking. Tensions are rising across, I think, fans, the front office, Birds, his agent, and then I did some digging yesterday. Come to find out, Nick Bosa's agent works with the same agency as Brian Burns' agent, which made me think of some things, right? But these contract negotiations it's hitting a rough patch, and I don't know who to blame. Is it Scott Fitter? Is it Burns? Is it the agency? Is it the agent of the agency? Right? It's crazy. All right. And I know I've said some things yesterday I was on the Black Cat Panther podcast there at the end of the day there. And I showed up and was given some my, facts and about Brian Birds and what I feel, right. Because, thinking about this whole agency thing and then how much he should get paid, and Max Crosby's making 23.5. But the thing is this is the only chance that Burns will ever get a big contract. And because by the time this contract's done, he'll probably be 29. And then after that, he's not going to get another big deal. But here's the thing that we, he wants to get paid. Okay. And with a track record of consistent improvement every single year, he's generating relentless pressure. He's knocking on the door of the NFL elite defenders. The thing is the Carolina's failure to meet this financial expectation is causing some distraction with this team, which we don't need going into week 1, especially with the fact that this Atlanta Falcons game should be treated like a playoff game. Okay. It's just casting a nice big ass shadow of the preparations for this upcoming season. Okay. But let's not kid ourselves by any means. The Panthers need Burns on the field. They need him, and they need him now. Okay. Their pass rushing depth is about as shallow as a kiddie pool. Okay. Let's be honest. It's about as shallow as a kiddie pool. And without Burns, their ability to consistently pressure opposing quarterbacks takes a serious hit. Now, the word on the street is that contract talks between the Panthers and Burns are about as far as Earth and Mars. Okay. And some even speculate that the team might be stalling negotiations until the Nick Bosa's deal with San Francisco, which is expected to set a new market for standard pass rushers. All right. And this cautious approach that they're doing could backfire and potentially sour the relationship with Burns, who unlike some holdouts, showed up to camp ready to work, led by example, earning the respect of the new head coach, Frank Wright. With the leverage in this situation, clearly it's tilting into Burns' favor, right? It's evident that both sides want resolution before kickoff. Guys, make sure you pound that like button. There's 14 people in here, only 11 likes. One click away. It's free. All right. Only takes a second. Let me get in the comment section here just to make sure. Feel free to get in the comment section, guys. As I'm speaking, I promise I will get to your comments. I acknowledge all of my viewers and people who show me support. He didn't have open receivers like Stroud. Gotcha. Okay. I know what you're talking about, Shane. I know what you're talking about. I feel like he deserves a minimum 4 years, 95 mils. So that would put him around. I got to do some math here. So it wouldn't be 25, be 24 million a year. Right? No. 20. Would that be 23 and a half? So that'd be the same thing as Max is getting, right? Max Crosby. Be around 23, I feel like, right? 23, 24, 23 and a half, 24. So I wouldn't be opposed to that. I don't want to overpay him, but I don't want to pay him. I don't think he's going to get a $30 million contract, which is going to be around what Bosa is going to get. No offense. Bosa's better. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. Okay. Let's all be honest with ourselves. Okay. But obviously it's evident that both sides want a resolution before kickoff. We want a resolution. He wants a resolution. Our front office wants a resolution. This whole organization wants this resolution, right? And Shaq Thompson has chimed in and has emphasized the importance of Brian Burns to the defense, urging the front office to make it right before week 1. Wright, on the other hand, has been tight-lipped, has been more diplomatic about the situation, right? Acknowledging the complexity of the situation. But it's clear that the prospect of not having Burns on the field for this game as a head coach is got to be giving him some sleepless nights, got to be keeping him awake a little bit, right? As talks seemingly stall, some are left, I'm left scratching my head like, what the hell's going on, right? The Panthers turned down a king's ransom before the 2022 trade deadline, rejecting 2 first-round picks and a second-rounder for Burns. So why haggle over a few extra dollars now? Because you're already paying them $16 million right now. And then next year, our cap space is going to be top 10 in the league. So, the thing is that the clock keeps ticking. Suspense is growing. Will Burns suit up for the Panthers week 1? Or will the contract stalemate lead to an unexpected absence? Or things for sure the football world will be watching closely. I'm going to be watching closely. The pressure is mounting on this front office to make a decision. This could really shape up our season depending how they go about this, whether they sign him or trade him, whichever the case may be. But unfortunately, if we want to win now, you got to sign him. If we're going to be looking into the future next year, the next 2 years to start winning, then you'll trade him. But I don't know how much value and how much teams have, what they have as in trade capital for him. I'd have to go down the list. All up front, I hope lowers what he makes a year. All up front, I hope lowers what he makes a year. Jay Issue's in here from the Black Cat Panther podcast. Shout out to him. Go check him out over there. Go check out the Black Cat Panther podcast. Bunch of great group of guys. They're all nuts, but that's okay. So am I. We all need help. Shaq needs to stay out of contract talks. He milked the team for years. Jay, you got a point there. I ain't gonna lie about that. I feel like the comparison between him and Max Crosby both do have crazy help, but solid teams, same draft year and similar production. Jalen Hurban, I actually looked into Max Crosby's production. No offense to Birds, but Crosby's done more. Last year, he had more tackles, more solo assists, more forced fumbles, more quarterback pressures, more quarterback hits, an interception. But now, I mean, that could change. Don't get me wrong. Burns and him tied for sacks, but production wise, Max Crosby has done more in certain areas. His market value is estimated at 23.9 per year. So yeah, I mean, 24 million seems fair to me. Yeah, I mean, 24 million seems fair to me. If you want to pay him around Max Crosby, the same amount, or put him above Max Crosby a little bit, sure, do so. That's fine. Clay, don't get it twisted. There's teams that still give two first for Birds. I said months ago, if they don't accept that trade, you have to pay the man. Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to figure out who's got two first that because if I'm going to trade him, I want a first this year and a first next year, and then either a second round pick this year or second round pick the next. I want to be able to have I want to get my first round pick back after we lost it, right? And then obviously, if we could get a second round, if we could get two first rounders next year for him in the 2024 draft, I'd be all about it. And a second round, if you could get all in 2024, that I would be about that, because I think this 2024 draft class is going to be pretty solid in a lot of places that we could definitely use some of these guys that are coming into the NFL, right? So I agree. Luke and Thomas were the ones that got him a pretty big bag. Never liked that. Yeah, they were in the front office's ear when they were re-signing him, right? When they were re-signing re-signing Shaq, Luke and Thomas definitely, I think, had some involvement in that. Ugh. 20 people are watching, only 13 likes. Let's boost it up by 7 more. All right, 7 more likes. Pound it like it owes you money. Hulk smash that like button. It's free. It takes a second. He doesn't need to get involved in burn stuff. No, he does not. No, he does not. Let's move on to a positive topic. Well, wait. Let me ask you all a question. In the chat right now, do you want to end on a positive note or do you want to end on a negative note? Because I got a negative and a positive here. I'm going to let y'all decide as the viewers. You want the good news or the bad news? Which one first? I'll let y'all decide in the chat. You want the bad news first? Shane says bad news. You want the good news first or the bad news first? Okay, I got a Jalen with a positive. Give us the bad news on Monday. Nader, hopefully I don't have bad news for you on Monday. Bad news? All right, we're going to go bad news first. Then we'll go into Bryce. Okay, bad news first. 4 players I think that are facing uncertainty heading into, basically going, with their futures, obviously this year, but going into the next coming season. And these are the 4 guys I think that are, with the fact that we have a new head coach, man of arms. Why do people hold on? All right, I see people said bad news, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. But here, hold on. Man of arms. Why do people keep saying Burns is not elite, but they want elite picks for him if we trade him? Make it make sense. I'm not saying that he's not. I think he is elite. I never said that he wasn't elite, but do I think he's better than certain players? No. There's certain guys that, he's ranked probably, I think, 7th in the league for pass rushers. I think that's a fair place for him to put him, but he's definitely worth 2 first-round picks and a second because that's what we got offered and that's what he's worth. I mean, I don't know how much more of a sense I can make on that. All right. So these are the guys that I think are not going to be, that could be Audi 5,000 on this team by next season, because CJ Henderson, Mr. Consistency, right? Despite he's had an impressive performance in camp and preseason. Okay. Henderson's consistency in regular season action still remains a concern to me because he is a former first round pick, which is crazy, but he has not delivered as a first round pick, right? And obviously we didn't draft him. Jacksonville did. On his pre-draft promise this season, or his time with the Panthers and the possibility of his NFL career, I think could be in jeopardy if he doesn't show out this year. Okay. Laviska Shenault. Okay. As you can see there, hold on. Let me move this comment out the way. Y'all probably can't see it. Let's see. There we go. Now you can see it. My bad. Now Laviska. Okay. With the fact that we don't have DJ Moore anymore, we had his departure. Shenault and the Panthers committee of these wide receivers, these guys got to step up. And Laviska is one of them, because this group is facing injury concerns, and our rookie quarterback needs reliable targets. And Shenault has the potential to, I think, shine in our offensive scheme, but he must show significant improvement to secure his future with this team. And I haven't seen that yet. And I'm hoping to see that this year. I'm hoping these guys ball out this year. It's just, these are the guys right now that I could see being bye-bye. Okay. Right now, Marquise Haynes had an opportunity to excel in 2023 this year, but a back injury and the signing of Justin Houston have complicated those matters. He's been placed on injury reserve. He's going to miss the first 4 games of the season. And it's a significant setback in a contract year, because this is his contract year. Okay. Haynes must make the most of his opportunities and leave no doubt about his value to the team when he returns. And that's what he's going to have to do. Jeremy Chin. I know this has nothing to do with Jeremy Chin's performance. Okay. All right. This has nothing to do with it. Okay. And not saying that I don't want Chin here. By any means, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is Chin is set to change positions once again. Okay. He's occupying that big nickel role. Okay. And in his contract year, his performance and adaptability are key here. While I think an extension for him seems likely, and the front office is going to wait and see, the approach could drive up the price, I think Chin needs to shine to secure a significant financial commitment for the Panthers in 2024. Okay. Not saying that I want to get rid of Chin by any means. I love the versatility. I love Chin. I want him on this team too. Okay. Just about as badly as I want Brian Burns on this team. Like, Burns is up here. Chin's probably about right here. Right. Luvu's here, JC Horn's here. Burns still up here. Okay. So, that's what I'm getting at. These guys, I feel like, could have some uncertainty though. All right, we got some comments going here, so let me get into these real quick. Same, never said he's not elite. He's just not as productive as true freaks. That's all I was saying. That's all I was saying too, Shane. We need to extend Luvu as well. We should extend Burns' contract months ago. Yes, the whole Burns thing should have been done a long time ago. I totally agree. It should have been done months ago. I mean, probably about 4 to 5 months ago, this should have been done. Right. But here we are. Now we're just sitting here waiting. Henderson needs to be gone. And honestly, we keep giving him years to improve and stays the same. Yep. And it just hasn't changed. Hopefully the way he's played this preseason is going to be the way he played this during the season. Because if he does, then our cornerback room is going. And if Dante, here's the thing: if CJ Henderson plays like he did this offseason, and then you're bringing in Jeremy Chin in that nickel set, but then you're rotating those guys in and out there. Then Dante Jackson and JC Horn stay healthy through the season. We might have one of the best cornerback rooms in the NFL if that's the case. But I'm not saying that's the case right now. It's just a possibility of potential there. Luvu deserves a big bag also, 100%. Absolutely. I love Luvu. I've never seen a guy who can cover the field from a pass rush to a pass coverage. I mean, the guy really can do it all, man. Honestly, Frank Wright said it. That guy was a steal for us. He was an absolute steal. And I don't know if the Jets just didn't use him correctly or they just had somebody else above him. I'm not sure what happened with him at the Jets, but he was an absolute steal. And I can't wait to see what he produces this year. Hopefully, I think he's going to have another Pro Bowl year, which he thinks he needs to, which he should have got it last year. I mean, he should have got the Pro Bowl selection last year. Okay, Burns, Luvu leave our team in sacks. They need to be paid before any other players on that side of the ball. For sure. Totally agree. Totally agree. We're all on the same page here, I feel like. You know what I mean? Feel like we're all on the same page here. Guys, if you're just tuning in, make sure you pound that like button. Appreciate everyone joining. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and click that post notifications bell so you don't miss out on any new content. I'm live every single day, sometimes twice a day. I'm busting out content on TikTok as well, where I'm posting up NFL content. So feel free to join me on the TikTok as well. And then I'm very active on Twitter as well. Very active. I've been making some fun Carolina Panthers content. So with this fun app that I found. So go check me out on Twitter and TikTok. I'm very active on all of those. And make sure you check out betusa.com. That is the sponsorship of today's video. Sign up for free today. You get 125% bonus on your first bet. Make it happen, guys. Make it happen. All right. Let's continue to grow. And make sure you pound that like button as you're coming in, guys, and coming in and leaving. I would greatly appreciate it. Goes a long way. Takes one click. All right. Do you think Chin can play corner? Yeah, I mean, most definitely. He's very versatile. He's more of a nickel guy. I don't think you would ever see Chin on the outside. He's the guy that's going to be more of the inside corner. So, I mean, he probably could play outside, but I've seen him more of an inside guy, his playing style. He's very versatile. I could see, the thing is I'm interested to see, are they going to be transitioning him into linebacker at all this season as well with his versatility? Because he can play, like I said, he can play corner, nickel, safety. Like he can play all those positions. So he's very versatile in that aspect of the game. We need to trade YGM. I've been saying that for months now. I've been saying that we need to trade him because he's young and you can still get maybe some possibility, some value out of him. So I would definitely, absolutely, I've been saying it for months. I went on this long rant and one of my live streams about the whole thing. Sometime last week I was talking about it, but not going to go on that long rant right now. Without Burns on the field this coming Sunday, it's going to be like our defense in the past preseason. Do we really want to look at that mess? Like I said, with our pass rush, man, our pass rush without Burns is that, our pass rush without Burns, it's like as shallow as, what did I say? Oh, yeah. I said earlier, I was saying on the stream, I said it's about as shallow as a kid's swimming pool. That's how bad it is. A kiddie swimming pool. That's how shallow our pass rush is. So it would take a serious hit to our team if we don't get him signed and if he doesn't play week 1. It's going to take a big hit, especially with the fact that we're going up against the Atlanta Falcons, who are which is basically a playoff game. You got to treat this week 1 game against your division rivals. Same thing against the Saints in week 2. These are all playoff games. These first 2 games are playoff games. And you got to treat them like so. All right, let's get to the positive stuff now. Let's talk about our new quarterback. All right, let's talk about Bryce Young. Let's get into the positive stuff now. How about those undrafted cornerbacks? Any of them good? Jameson looks solid. His PFF grade looked really good based off of PFF and his time in Texas. His highlight tape from San Francisco looks pretty good. He's got the speed. He's got the footwork. His hip movement's great. He's explosive off the line. I think he just needs some time to develop, understand the playbook, kind of just get up to speed where we are as a defense. I think Evero could get that guy up to speed, and who knows, maybe we might have a little secret weapon there with him. You never know. See, with these guys that we don't know about, like we really don't know about, like these young developmental players that we chose to take over some of the veterans when we did these cuts. A lot of these guys are developmental players. So there's a lot of unknowns with some of the depth pieces that we do have that are with these young talents. So, you can go watch highlight tapes. You can go look up PFF grades. You can look up articles on them and read up on them. They can say what they want, but until they perform on the field, we really don't know. So that was to your question there, Nader. But Jameson looks good. His PFF grades are all 77 and above, except maybe one part. I'd have to go look at it. Can you see Bryce getting 2 touchdowns plus 220? I think it's possible. Like I said, it's depending on how far. Like I said, I think Bryce Young can be an elite quarterback in the NFL. It's only how far your offensive line is willing to let you take you to that elite status, right? Because people can say what they want, man. Like if Bryce goes, let's say they are giving him time, right? Let's say our offensive line is giving him time and he's just making bad throws. That's on him. But if he doesn't have time, it's the same thing with Trevor Lawrence. We saw over the years with Trevor Lawrence. First year, Trevor Lawrence was ass, and everybody thought this guy was a bust. But then when they built the offensive line up for him, put some pieces around him, look what happened. Right? Same thing with Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert's first year wasn't the best. It was good. He was still getting a lot of pressure put on him, but he's an elite thrower, and so it worked out. But they've got pieces around him. The same thing wherever you go, they're gonna, styles win fights in the NFL, schemes win football games. Certain schemes fit certain players, right? So styles win fights. Certain schemes work for certain players. The same way with Tom Brady. Tom Brady was in all these different, was in different offenses. And the reason why he was, with not different offenses, but Bill Belichick built an offense around him that was able to make him elite. So I only think that most quarterback, like you can take talent. I'm not taking talent away from any quarterback in the NFL, but I'm just saying it does take other pieces around him to be beneficial. Total score is 39.5. How many points Panthers get? I know you're asking a lot of questions about the game. I'm going to save that for Friday. I'm going to save all the scoring, all that for Friday. I'm going to do a whole long hour or more preview and prediction for the Carolina Panthers on Friday. All right. So I'm going to do another live stream on Friday doing a preview and prediction for the week 1 matchup against the Falcons. Okay. So just tune into that. And I promise I'll answer all your questions to that. I promise. Nader, I got to keep you on your toes, man. I got to keep you on your toes. All right. Let's get into this. Let's get into this now. Let's get some positive. Let's end on a positive note here. So, Bryce Young is really going to make his true NFL debut, right? He's about to step on for his first actual competitive NFL game against the Atlanta Falcons. I think he's had a promising preseason performance. There was definitely some misses that could have been, you know, could have been better. Obviously due to the offensive line issues, the playbook thing, all that craziness, right? Um, but let's break it down. So the first thing first is the air raid mode, unleash the deep ball, right? So one of the Bryce Young standout qualities is that he does have a rocket arm. He's got pinpoint accuracy. I wouldn't say he's got the biggest arm in this draft class, but he still has the cannon. Okay. It's hot, he's got all the skill sets that you want, and he's smart, and he's very poised in the pocket, right? Um, and we've got some guys who are pretty damn fast on this team. Like, I would say, some big weapons that, as long as they're healthy, right? Like DJ Chark, we've seen the speed that he has. If Terrace Marshall actually comes back and is healthy, he could be a big body target if he actually balls out this year, So we've got to have, the thing is who can torch these opposing secondaries with the speed, footwork, route running, right? But Young should look to stretch the field, all right? Dialing up some nice deep throws here and there. Leave the defend. I feel like DJ Chark could leave some of these defenders in the dust. I feel like as long as he's healthy, I think a few long range touchdowns in this game could definitely help us out. Obviously, I think it's going to have to be something like that. I kind of feel like this Atlanta game a little bit's going to be like, I feel like it's going to be close like it was last year in overtime, So now some dual threat things that I want to talk about with Bryce. He is a dual threat guy because he can move. Let's not forget, he can move. He's got some wheels. Okay. We've seen it. I feel that Young is an elite passer, but he does have some he's got some legs that can make some defenders miss. And we've seen it in the preseason to pick up some crucial yards on the ground. I think he should if he's got to scramble, and if he can scramble, which we've seen him before do, I think I'd like to see him, get to the outside or run if something's not there. The biggest thing for me with him, though, is I don't want him to hold on to the ball too long. I want him to, if there's nothing there and the pocket's closing, get the ball out. Don't hold on it too long. Don't take the sack, right? But if the coverage is the pocket's collapsing and the coverage is tight, I think that Young can take off and create some magic with his feet for sure. His running ability, I think, keeps defenses guessing. It opens up opportunities for big plays. And so I would say to Bryce, don't be afraid to tuck that ball in and get those wheels going. Another thing is ice in his veins. So that's going to be a big thing because I feel like there's going to have to be a moment where we're going to need some clutch plays, right? I want to see Young show that he's got that ice in his veins when the game is on the line. The fourth quarter, 2-minute drill, those are the moments that define a quarterback's legacy, really, right? And Young should embrace the pressure, seize those clutch moments with confidence, whether it's engineering a game-winning drive or make a crucial throw on 3rd and long, or he has to demonstrate that he's a poised leader who can deliver in the crunch time, right? I want to see him be able to step up when pressure is involved. That's what I want to see. So those are the things that we're going to end on that positive note there. I feel like with Bryce, there's a lot to be positive about with him, right? But if he just goes out there and the pocket is, and he's got time to throw and he's just making bad throws, then that's just on him, right? So guys, I hope you enjoyed today's show. I will stay on and get into these comments here. Man of Arms, hope our run game shows up Sunday. That would help out Bryce greatly. Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping Miles Sanders shows up. We're going to definitely need, Miles and Chuba definitely to be running the ball, unless Blackshear gets some, some leeway there, but definitely, definitely want to see, Miles getting a solid amount of rushes like we were doing with Deontay Foreman and Chuba last year. I'd like to see that combo kind of come back again, and maybe Miles Sanders can be like a Deontay Foreman in some sort of way, right? But I mean, I feel like obviously I think Miles Sanders is better than Deontay Foreman because he's versatile in the pass game. But I do need to see them put up a solid 100 to 120 yards to run the ball. Can we get no? I just don't see that happening. I really don't. I think the thing is it's not just Bijan. I mean, you still got to think about Tyler Algier. I think that the Atlanta run game, they're going to be running. So Atlanta's going to be running that Tennessee Titan style of offense where they pound the ball down your throat and try to play solid defense like Tennessee has done how many years with Derrick Henry, right? That's what Atlanta's going to be running. That's the scheme that I see them running. I don't see them running any style or form of a different offense, right? So, we'll see. Only time will tell, but I doubt we'll keep them under 50 yards rushing. When can we find out who's in, who is out? Well, they did come out with the depth chart. The official depth chart actually came out. Let's see. That's the unofficial. This is the release depth chart. They released it yesterday. Which mine is basically the one that I projected is basically the same as theirs. Let's see here. This is on Sports Illustrated, All Panthers. This is the release of the depth chart. So they got Bryce, Andy, Miles, Chuba. Yep, I had that right. DJ, Terrace, Thielen, Amir, Mingo, Chenault. Wow. All right, so that's interesting. Very interesting. So let me go look at my projected real quick. I need to look at my projected thing here. Let's see what I had on the offensive side. Okay, so I had first string DJ Chark from the wide. Everything I have is right to the running back. So DJ Chark. Okay, I had Terrace Marshall second string. Okay, I had Thielen in the slot, and I had Mingo as third string wide receiver. Okay, so for the most part, not bad. Ian Thomas, Richie, Hurst, Trimble, Icky, Ricky Lee, Christensen, Jensen, Bozeman, Mays, Zavala, Calvin, Throckmorton, and then Ricky Lee at the right tackle. Then Derek Brown, LeBron Ray, Shy Tuttle, Nick Thurman, Deshaun Wood. I mean, mine's basically the same as theirs. Mine's basically the same as the one I was projected. I did pretty good then. I did pretty good. Yeah, I did. I basically did the same freaking thing. Nice. All right, so now I got to compare it, and basically I was right. All right, cool. So, and then they got Birds, YGN, DJ Johnson, Luvu, Chalaris, or however you pronounce his name. Yeah, they put Mingo over Chenault. At least from the official list. Look, Mingo's above Chenault. Okay. Shaq, Camus, Houston, Barno. Okay, so they got JC, Troy, Deshaun Jameson, Dante, CJ, Woods, Jamie Robinson, Von Bell, Sam Franklin, nickel corner, Chen, and Troy Hill. Okay. Interesting. All right, so they did come out with that official, so that's cool. We get 75 yards rushing, we win the game. Yeah. Mingo over Chenault, I'd say so at this point. Are you doing out the player games today? Jalen, what do you mean? Sorry, I'm not understanding your question. Not understanding your question. Are you doing any figure out the player games? Yeah, I mean, we're terrible at stopping the run. That's going to be the biggest issue for our defense. Um, but that could change. Who knows? Maybe this new scheme could be a whole different ball game when it comes to pass rushing or to um oh, you mean the NFL thing. Yeah, I haven't done that in a while. I haven't done like a Weddle or a block in a while. I haven't done one of those blocks in a while. Because I've been trying to just bust out as much content as possible. Um Maybe I'll bring that back at some point. Maybe I'll bring that back at some point where we guess the NFL players and stuff like that, which is fun to do. Maybe I'll bust that out at some point. All right. I don't know, man. I mean, Atlanta Falcons, I think offensive line is top 3 in the NFL, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure the Atlanta Falcons got ranked like top 3 in the NFL for their offensive line. So them running the ball 150 yards doesn't seem impossible. I will say that. I will say that. So, well, guys, I'm gonna hop off. Basically been on here for an hour. That's all for today for today's live stream. Maybe I'll go live later. I haven't decided yet, but I am going to be live tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be there will be some Carolina Panthers content involved in the tomorrow stream, but I want to bring going to do some Bet US stuff, and we're going to break down every week 1 NFL game, and we're going to talk about it right here live. We're going to break it down. We're going to put some bets in, and we're just going to have some fun tomorrow on tomorrow's stream with some NFL stuff. Okay, so we're going to break down each and every game week 1 besides the Panthers game, because I'm going to break that down on Friday. But tomorrow we will do week 1 picks and predictions tomorrow. Okay, so make sure you tune into that. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share the live streams. It always goes a long way. Make sure you check out betusa.com. The link is in the description of this live stream. Okay. There's a link tree that I have in this description takes you to all of my stuff, which means you can get to BetUSA. You can get to the Discord. You can also get to all of these, all of my social media that I'm involved with. Okay. All right. And then you also make sure you join the Discord, though, guys. The Discord's the best way to connect with me on a person, basically where we could just shoot the shit like we are on here on live stream, talk about like Carolina Panthers football. You'll always get notified too there when I post up a TikTok or I post something up on Twitter or I post something up on YouTube. Like you get notified on there as well every single time. So, but it's also a great way to connect with me on a texting level. All right. So join the Discord. All my links is in that link tree in the description of this live stream. Kev comes in, says, are there bets for Burns playing week 1? I don't know. I haven't even checked on that. I'm not even going to get involved with it, Kev, honestly. I'm done talking about the Brian Burns thing. Today was the last thing I'm even going to talk about the Brian Burns thing. Now, unless he signs, I will be on live celebrating and we will talk about the signing. But or unless he gets traded. Whatever news breaks out about it, we'll go from there. But that will be the next time I talk about it, once some kind of news breaks about it. Now, if it just breaks out saying, well, they've had another talk and nothing's happened, then I'm not going to even worry about it. So, anyways. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to hop off. Like I said, make sure you like, subscribe, post notifications bell. Check out the link tree for BetUSA and all my social media and the Discord. All right. Sign up for free today with BetUSA. You get 125% bonus on your first bet. Don't be a degenerate, okay? Also, make sure if you want to see more NFL content, Carolina Panthers content, go check out the TikTok, because some of the stuff that I post on TikTok, I can't post on YouTube due to the fact that it's longer. It's only like a minute and 30. Most of my videos are only a minute and 30, but I could do part 1 and part 2 on YouTube. But the thing is I don't feel like splitting them apart. So, and then join the Discord. Get with me on a personal level, texting level. We'll talk about NFL, Carolina Panthers. All right. Appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Maybe I'll be live later. If not, then I'll see you tomorrow for week 1 NFL picks. Peace.